Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I got off on a healthy start this morning. My recent routine has been to wake up, get some hydration going with water, get outside for a walk to get my body moving, and then I came home and made my protein latte, 2 shots of espresso, 2% milk mixed with the Clean Simple Eats protein powder. I used 1 packet in the peanut butter chocolate flavor. I also put a dash of cinnamon in there because cinnamon and peanut butter go so good together. 20 grams of protein, under 200 calories for my coffee, and it's a great way to break my intermittent fasting window with a good dose of protein. If you're new here, hey, I'm Lauren. I share my health and weight loss journey here on YouTube. I've been here for a few years. I lost 80 pounds following WW, the Blue Plan, a few years ago. Then when I had my second daughter, I gained back about 40 pounds. But in the last year, I've made a lot of strides towards getting back on track with losing weight again and working towards my end goals, which is to be a healthier and more energetic mom for my kids. January 1st of this year, I recommitted to my journey and wanted to switch things up to really get myself back on track, give myself new challenges, because that's just part of who I am. I love a challenge. I love to accomplish new goals. I like having something to work towards and something new to learn. So for January, I tried out the animal-based diet, which is not carnivore, but it does focus mainly on proteins as the main source of nutrition, along with some vegetables and fruit. And then the version I did was including small amounts of homemade sourdough bread and some rice were my only grains for that first month. It was definitely more restrictive, but in the long run, it really helped me cut out all of those sugar cravings I was having after the holidays, reset myself on a healthy track, and it was a good gateway to me eating more whole foods-based nutritious meals as my journey continued. In that first month, I lost just over 10 pounds, and then I came back in April for my 3-month weight loss update. And from January 1st, when I weighed in at 316 pounds, I had broken past that big number of getting under 300 pounds for the first time in over 4 years, since before I got pregnant with my second daughter. And I was 299 pounds starting off the month of April. So that was a total loss of 17 pounds in the first 3 months of 2025. I was really happy with that number, but I've also been taking my measurements and tracking some non-scale victories just to keep myself motivated, for encouragement for myself to keep going even on those weeks where we've had small gains or only a little bit of loss. And I lost 17 pounds, but I also lost over 16 inches around my body. If you want more information about how to take your measurements or how to track or what measurements to take, check out my last big weight loss update video, my 3-month marker. I kind of show you guys how I chose to do my measurements on this journey and give a few tips. I'll link it in the iCard for you guys if you need to catch up. Now that we're in July, we've hit our 6-month halfway through marker for the year, and it's time to check in with a new update. So journey-wise, what's changed in the last 6 months? I went from animal-based to a whole foods-based diet following a calorie deficit. And then over the last 2 months, the last thing I kind of added in to my food plan changes is I started following intermittent fasting in addition to having a calorie deficit. Also in the last month, I've cut my calorie deficit for the first time since the beginning of January from 1850 calories a day down to 1800 calories a day, but I'm still focused on eating lots of whole foods, homemade meals, and I do watch my carb intake as well. I don't specifically follow keto or a no carb or low carb plan. I just watch my macros. So here are my current macro goals every day. I'm at 1800 calories a day. I've also more recently been watching my fiber intake, and that has really been a huge adjustment. I didn't realize before actually looking at and counting up my grams of fiber per day, that's like an extra drop down when you're looking at your macros in the MyFitnessPal app, which is what I use to track every day. And when I started looking at that, I had no idea how low my daily fiber intake was when I wasn't watching it. So I've been trying to add more high fiber fruits like raspberries, other seeds and nuts like chia seeds, which are great for fiber and protein as well. I do incorporate low carb wraps or tortillas sometimes into my meals. And those are a really great source to help boost up your fiber in your day. So along with that eating plan, I've also been trying to get in at least 30 minutes of daily walking every day. I get on my Rebounder for exercise a few times a week. But how have my results been in the last 3 months since my last check-in? I did take my measurements first thing this morning. My neck measured in at the same 16 inches from my last measurement 3 months ago. In my bust, I went down 2 inches. My biceps stayed the same. My waist went down another 2 inches. I lost a ½ inch on my hips and a full inch on my thighs. And I think that specifically is linked to me walking more consistently. And my calves stayed the same. So a total of 5.5 inches more gone from my body in the last 3 months. I have definitely noticed my clothes fitting different. I feel like being at the weight I started, so I was 316 at the beginning of this year in January, but just a month earlier over the holidays, I was actually weighing in at 325. I actually lost about 10 pounds between Thanksgiving and New Year's. I haven't talked a ton about it on my channel because honestly, it was not a specific diet I was doing. We were busy at the holidays. I was running around like crazy with visitors here and running errands. I did watch portions and make sure not to overindulge in all of the baked treats and sweets this year, and I kind of shared that a bit during Vlogmas. But also the week between Christmas and New Year's, I actually got a terrible case of the flu and lost like 6 or 7 pounds in the matter of a few days. A lot of that was water weight, but I was really slow to get back into eating food just because my stomach was so wrecked from getting sick, and it mostly stayed off. So I think there was a lot of inflammation and water weight from the holidays, but that being said, my clothes are fitting so differently. I've recently had to go shopping for some new things because even though my shirts were a little bit oversized in style, they were getting baggy to the point of looking super sloppy, messy, like these clothes are too big. And I truly feel like in my past experience of losing weight, it takes me anywhere from 30 to 50 pounds of weight loss to actually move down a size. I don't know if it's because with my height, I am 5'10", my weight is fairly evenly distributed, but based on taking my measurements, my weight is coming off a little bit at a time from all over. Because that being said, even when I was closer to what my goal-ish weight, I'm not setting a specific number, I just want to keep working on losing weight and getting healthier. But when I, as a 5'10" woman, was down around 215 pounds, I was like a size 14. I felt good, I felt like I looked great. Looking back at pictures, I wish I would have acknowledged then how much I felt like I looked great instead of being focused on wanting to still lose more weight. But even there, 100 pounds less from where I started in January, I was still wearing a size large, extra large, size 14, 16. And at the beginning of this year, 100 pounds more than that number, I was wearing a size 20, 2X. So there's only a couple sizes in between where my goal is and where I currently have been. But I do feel like clothes are finally starting to look a little bigger on me. I'm trying on some different sizes at the store and we're getting there. I cleaned out my closet this last month in June and I said goodbye to everything in my closet I had just held on to that was too big. All of my size 26, 24s, and 22s from when I was at my highest weight of 365 pounds. Said goodbye to everything, stopped holding on to stuff because we're not going back there. So it's almost kind of hard to talk to you guys in regards of my weight loss journey just for this year. I have been on a weight loss and health journey for the last 6 years. 6 years ago, I hit my highest weight, 2019, and I was 365 pounds. That's when I first started Weight Watchers and began the real pursuit of getting healthier, making healthier lifestyle choices, and committing to this journey, no matter how long it took. So I'm not someone who's like rushing into this, doing extreme things, trying to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. I'm not interested in doing anything absolutely extreme or rushed because I know from my own personal past experience, it's going slowly with lifestyle changes, healthy habit changes, losing that 1 to 2 pounds a week or 4 to 6 pounds a month. Going at that rate, I know I can stay on track, not feel overly restricted, and still make progress that's going to be long term. I'm not going to all of a sudden collapse on my extreme plan and gain everything back really quickly. I have kept off over 40 pounds consistently, even through pregnancy, since my highest weight of 365. Now we're in the next phase. We're working our way back down towards that first weight loss goal I had, which was 80 pounds down. And we're gonna continue on towards that until I feel like I'm in the place I wanna be for my health and happiness. So let's talk scale numbers. I've had a lot of great non-scale victories between feeling more energetic by walking every day and feeling like my exercise has gotten going again. I've seen some loss in measurements in inches. This morning I got on the scale and I weighed in at 292 pounds. So from January to April, I lost 17 pounds in the first 3 months of my journey. Lots of inflammation down, lots of changes in my body. From April to July, I lost another 7 pounds, more inches. I'm wearing the same outfit from April to July in these side-by-side pictures, and they're definitely starting to get too big. The top is starting to droop and not offer a lot of support. Again, why it's so important to keep your measurements and take pictures on your journey so you stay motivated even when the scale is being a little bit slow. That's an average of 4 pounds a month, which I'm really happy about. And if I stay on a similar track, I could lose 50 pounds by the end of this year. I do weigh myself weekly to check in, and I feel like I have been fighting for every one of those pounds. I didn't lose a whole lot the months of April and May. June was a little bit better, and that's when I started intermittent fasting. So it's just something to mix up, I think, my plan a bit and kind of got my body going again off of that last plateau, which was kind of being stuck right around 296, 295 for a couple months. And now I've lost another few pounds in the last month. So not every month am I losing a big number. I have great months, I have small months, I have months that I stay the same after going up and down the same couple pounds all month long. But in the long run, I'm still seeing month over month, slowly that movement going down. And that's success, and that's where I want to be headed. So in checking my calculations, that means since January 1st of this year, when I kind of refreshed everything, I am down 24 pounds and over 22 inches on my body. Again, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling energized and excited to keep going on this journey. I hope I'm sharing encouragement with you all with recipes and motivation to get up and get moving and exercising with a realistic and balanced approach to weight loss. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me today. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed today's update, and subscribe so you can keep following along with my health and weight loss journey. I love sharing healthy recipes and meals for the family, daily vlogs, and what I eat in a day videos so you guys can see a realistic peek into what I'm doing each and every day with my goals of weight loss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.